Hey, it's Debbie Mazzella, and welcome to another edition of Debbie's Road Trip. Today we are at the Heldridge Hotel in downtown New Brunswick, and you know what? Downtown New Brunswick has got you covered. Whether you want to go take in a great show or you want great dining, lots of art museums, lots of things to see. So we are going to learn all about downtown New Brunswick today, and we're going to be talking to some people here at the Heldridge Hotel. It's another edition of Debbie's Road Trip. We are in the Heldridge Hotel in downtown New Brunswick. I am with Mike Taylor, the general manager of the Heldridge. It is so nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, Debbie. Thanks for being here today.
So what do you think about being in the heart of downtown New Brunswick in this cultural center and this great city?
Well, we love New Brunswick, and ever since the Heldridge opened in 2007, it's been a smash success, and we just love being right here in the heart of this great town.
So what are some of the things that you offer your clients and people that come to stay at the hotel?
Well, for our corporate clients, we offer a world-class and state-of-the-art conference center, and we attract clients from all over the world. For social gatherings and weddings and other family events, we offer a spectacular ballroom and world-class food and service.
So if you had to sum it up in a couple of words, what would you say about the Heldridge Hotel?
Well, what we like to say is if you haven't been to New Brunswick lately, you haven't been to New Brunswick, and we would love to invite everybody to come down and see what we've done.
Mike Taylor, general manager of the Heldridge Hotel, thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes out of your busy day to talk to us today.
Thank you so much.
We are at the Heldridge Hotel talking to Jean Holtz. And Jean, I am so glad to be with you today, but you have an amazingly long title. So I'm going to let you actually introduce yourself.
Sure. Well, actually, I'm doing two jobs at the moment. I'm vice president for New Brunswick Development Corporation, which is a nonprofit redevelopment organization primarily responsible for everything in terms of revitalization in the downtown. And I am also serving as the executive director of the New Brunswick Cultural Center.
It's an amazing job that you must have, and you must be so busy. And you were very instrumental in getting a lot of the artwork here at the Heldridge Hotel, which is probably a huge undertaking. Tell us a little bit about what that entailed.
Sure. I like to say I'm not a curator, but I play one at work. I have learned a lot about art. We actually commissioned several pieces from New Jersey artists, which for them means jobs and money. And we have almost 850 pieces of original artwork in the building right now. It's an added draw for people when they come to the hotel, or just for people who read about our exhibits, which we do promote, and then again, it's also a good marketing opportunity for the hotel.
And you were telling me a little bit earlier that a lot of these pieces are for sale in the hotel, so a lot of people, not only can they come and stay, but they could walk away with a great piece of art.
They absolutely can. And what's nice about having your art exhibited here and purchasing it from the artist is that they get to keep all of the money themselves. We do not take a commission because we're a nonprofit entity.
So Jean, what does it mean for the Heldridge to be in the heart of downtown New Brunswick?
You know, it's just another facet of New Brunswick getting better and better. The hotel is located right downtown. You can go across the street, see a great show. There are more than 50 restaurants within a 2-block area, casual to fancy, whatever your price tag or your palate might want for the evening. You can get a drink. You can go to a comedy store. It's just a really great place to be.
And you can walk away with a great piece of art, too.
Yes, you can.
Jean Holtz, thank you so much for joining us here today at the Heldridge Hotel.
Thank you.
We are talking to Kelly Skinner, who is the Director of Public Relations at the State Theater. Kelly, thank you so much for taking a couple minutes out of your day to talk to us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So you are the Director of the State Theater, but there's a lot of other theaters on Theater Row, as they call it. Tell us about them.
Yes, there are 3 sensational theaters on Theater Row. In addition to the State Theater, there is Crossroads Theater and George Street Playhouse.
So Kelly, we just mentioned Theater Row and that there are 3 theaters there. Tell us the difference between all of them.
Well, State Theater is Central New Jersey's largest performing arts center, and next door to that is the George Street Playhouse, and they are one of New Jersey's preeminent professional theaters. And next door to that is Crossroads Theater, and that is actually a Tony Award-winning African-American theater.
You know, Kelly, I'm really glad that we're talking to you today, because a lot of people feel that they have to go into New York City to see great theater or to go to a bigger theater, but they don't realize that it's here in downtown New Brunswick, right in their own backyard, and that you guys offer so much on Theater Row and right near the Heldridge Hotel.
Yeah, we all offer a little bit of everything. I mean, at the State Theater, it's orchestra, dance, opera, George Street Playhouse plays, more plays at Crossroads Theater, and together we draw some over 300,000 patrons a year.
Kelly Skinner, Director of Public Relations at the State Theater. Thank you so much for taking a couple minutes to talk to us today.
Thank you.
We were talking with Greg Ritter, who is the owner of George Street Camera and Framing, and also the chairman of New Brunswick City Market. Greg, thanks for taking a couple of minutes out of your day to talk to us.
Well, it's my pleasure, and welcome to George Street Camera as well as New Brunswick.
Well, what do you guys do here? What are some of the services that you offer?
In our store, we offer digital cameras, film cameras. We do custom framing, passport pictures, on-location printing, restoration. We also, if anyone has any cameras from any periods of time from the 1850s to now, we can help you out with them. We can give you age and period. We also keep on display a museum of at least a couple hundred items so people can go a journey through photography. We're an old-fashioned camera store.
And how long have you guys been in business?
31 years.
And what are some of the other finds, retail finds, that people can, browse around and get here in New Brunswick?
In New Brunswick, well, it's a regular downtown. You have jewelry stores, you have antique shops, you have clothes stores, you have some of the finest restaurants listed by Zaggart, New York Times. You have theater. So it's a town, a university town as well. We're also the urban enterprise zone, which means 3.5% sales tax, so you can save money on that as well. So we're a full service town.
Thank you so much, Greg Ritter, owner of George Street Camera and Framing and the chairman of New Brunswick City Market. Thank you for taking a couple of minutes to chat with us today for Debbie's Road Trip.
Thank you very much. Good journey.
We are talking with Betsy Alger, who is the owner of The Frog and the Peach. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy lunch schedule here to sit down and talk with us today.
Oh, you're welcome, Debbie.
So tell us a little bit about the design of this restaurant. It was designed around one unique feature. What is that, and how did you guys come up with it?
Well, we opened the Frog and the Peach in 1983 in an old industrial building, and prior to opening, we were collecting artifacts and things for the restaurant, including an old oak bar that we took out of a tavern in Brooklyn. So once we had that bar, we designed the space, worked with an architect to accommodate the bar.
It's so funny because when you think about restaurants and stuff, you never think that somebody would design a restaurant just around the bar alone. But there's so many other things here at the Frog and the Peach, like the garden room. Tell us about that.
Well, the garden room started out as a little outdoor patio with a trellis with a beautiful wisteria vine, and then people would sit out there, it would start to rain, and they'd have to rush in, so we put a cover over it. And then years later, we put sides on it, and then we put heat in it, so it has become a four-season garden room. It's still very much a garden room. It's full of plants. It has kind of a summer in the tropics, winter in the tropics feel in the winter, and in the summer, it's like being in a beautiful garden in Europe.
So if someone has never come to the Frog and the Peach, give them some great reasons why they should come here and visit and dine.
Well, we've been here for 27 years. We've always been on the top of the best of lists. We call ourselves seasoned and always fresh. We've managed to evolve with the times while keeping our core commitments to freshness. We have a Jersey Fresh menu that we've had since we've opened. We've always had a commitment to fresh foods, not just now that it's a trend. Right now we have two price fix menu. One we call the Frugal Farmer. It's a low cost, like everyday dining, 3-course price fix menu using local Jersey product, produce and seafood, poultry. And the other is a more upscale 5-course tasting menu. Those two menus are in addition to our regular a la carte menu. We have a really neat wine program, a very well thought out wine list. You can see we use wine as part of our decor. 4 times a year we do what we call wine walkarounds, where we select 12 bottles of wine from our list and have an informal tasting with hors d'oeuvres in the garden. Those are just a couple reasons to come here.
I think that's more than a couple of reasons to come here. So if you've never tried the Frog and the Peach before, definitely come by. Say hi to Betsy Alger. We thank you so much for spending some time with us today and talking about the Frog and the Peach.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Hopefully you had fun learning all about downtown New Brunswick. It is savvy, it's sophisticated, and there is so much for you to do. So come by and take in a show, go out to dinner, take in an art museum, and stop by and stay at the Heldridge Hotel. It's Debbie Mazzella with another edition of Debbie's Road Trip on Magic 98.3.